Hi, welcome back to Japan Seikatsu. I want to speak to you today about the all-important decision of recontracting on the JET program. Let's get started. Well, to get started, I think one of the most important things to keep in mind with this decision to recontract is what is said all the time in the JET program, but that every situation is different. But we do have some parameters to work with. It's you're doing 1 year, or in the max you're doing 5 years. So if you're watching this and you're a 5th year JET deciding if you should do a 6-year, I hate to burst your bubble, but 5 years is the max. Now, with that decision, for some people 1 year is the right answer. For some people 5 years is the right answer. However, just considering the amount of time that you put into the application process of the JET program, from start to finish, I mean, it's almost a year of your life. And considering the amount of time that it takes to really get acclimated and feel comfortable in your new school and really feel like you've got some of the basics down of teaching English in Japan, it's 6 months, it's 12 months. So the way I viewed it, and when I first started on the JET program, I wasn't sure if I was going to do 1 year. I had done a leave of absence from my prior employer, so I wasn't sure if I was going to do 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. But looking back on it now as somebody that had done that did the JET program, basically after 1 year you're just getting warmed up. So I would recommend trying to at least do 2 years. Now, having said that, again, it can be different for everybody. But I've written down some notes here on some things to think about as you work through the decision of to recontract or not. And the first is your alignment of goals. So ideally you have JET goals that you want to accomplish while you're on the JET program. They could be things like passing a JLPT test. Maybe it's seeing Asia. Maybe it's climbing Mount Fuji. Maybe it's seeing a particular class that you've really grown close to, seeing them graduate from the school. On the other hand, you should also have your life goals, your career goals. And hopefully your time on the JET program is moving forward, both the JET program goals, but also your life goals as well. So as you're going through this decision, where are you on your JET goals? Is 1 more year or 2 years or 3 years needed for you to reach these goals? Are these goals still meaningful to you? And then on the other hand, with your life goals, your career goals, is another year in the JET program going to further that as well? Is something to think about. In my case, I ended up doing 3 years. And I think as I was getting into my first year, I was thinking definitely 2 years, maybe 3 years. I wanted to go to grad school, and I ended up getting my MBA in Japan. And so the additional time that I was on the JET program, on top of enjoying myself, I was improving my Japanese. I was attacking the JLPT test, not always successfully, but I was attacking it. And I was also studying for the GMAT. So I was furthering both of those goals. And for me, my number was 3 years. I had spent 3 years working at IBM before. I thought 3 years in the JET program, that's a nice balance. Then go to grad school and try to work for a Japanese company, which I ended up doing. And I didn't want to have too much separation from that business experience at IBM and then applying to business in Japan. Okay, another aspect to consider as you're going through this decision is to check with your board. So companies, when they have a difficult or large, important strategic decisions to make, they go to the board of directors, which is a collection of some people from the company and then people from outside the company. And if it's a healthy board, they've got a lot of experience and they bring a lot of wisdom to making these decisions. So who is your board of directors? I would reach out to mentors that you've had, teachers that you've had, just like a board, maybe some internal members, family members, siblings, wise friends that you have, and bounce some of the ideas that you have off of them. That will be an important input to making a good decision, and they're hopefully helping guide you to the decision that's best for you. Okay, number 3 is where is the state of the economy? So I started the JET program in 2010. I finished the JET program in 2013. Those were 2 very different times in the economy. Now, I'm originally from the U.S. Jobs were much harder to come by in 2010 than they were 3 years later in 2013. And we're seeing something similar, I think, now. Jobs were much easier to come by in 2018, 2019 than, unfortunately, they are right now in 2020. So what is the state of the economy where you will be returning to? If you're looking to leave the JET program, it's something to consider. You've got stable employment versus potentially having difficulty finding work, or maybe not. Definitely a factor to consider. Next on my list here, it's the 4th point, but I think it's the most important point. It's the most basic point: is what excites you? Does the idea of staying on the JET program for another year excite you? Or are you more excited by the idea of going to grad school, or getting a head start on maybe you want to get into the IT industry, or any number of things? What excites you? And even if you can't see exactly how that connects, going with what excites you in the long run is usually the best decision. So I put that last, but I think that's probably the most important, and is really allowing your heart to speak. What most excites you? If it's staying in Japan for another year, I would recontract. If it's not, then I wouldn't. For this particular video, I say this in all my videos: don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to click the like button. That helps build the community, that helps get these videos out to a wider audience. But I think a lot of the wisdom is going to be by leveraging the community. So if you're a current JET, or if you've been through the JET program, and this is something that you have faced, please share below in the comments section some of your thoughts, how you came to that decision. Was it the correct decision? Did you have regret, or how do you feel about it now? Please do share in the comments section so that all of our community members that are facing this question can benefit from all of our collective wisdom. Okay, well, as always, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck to you on your decision to recontract with the JET program. Take care.